In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody.
Guess who's back?
Back again? Shady's back?
Lynn is back.
Oh, God, don't do it.
Tell your friends. Rub my back. Rub my back.
What is wrong?
I'm sorry.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm D.
This is Lynn.
We're Project Airwaves.
Mhm.
It's been a minute.
Quite a while.
We missed you. I know you missed us, all 26 of you.
I would hope so.
We're back. This is going to be like a catch-up episode. Because as much as that's going on in the world that we would love to talk about,
Yeah, we'll get to here.
we have a whole lot more life going on.
The world's not going anywhere, so a little bit of a hiatus. We had some things we had to take care of.
That was a very fortunate miscommunication.
Yeah, because we had recorded back in December, and within the first week of January, we were kind of talking back and forth, and then the radio traffic shut down. And I'm thinking, all right, well, he's busy, I'm busy. And then I get a text like February, like, hey, man, checking on you. I'm like, checking on me?
Where you at?
Yeah. It's like, I already said something back to you. Like, oh,
you okay? So, yeah, we both took some time. Much needed because I'm going to keep talking about it until it's done. We're starting our business, our drive school. And we just turned in all our paperwork to DMV. We're waiting for the green light, and it's off to the fucking races.
Yeah, no. D was giving me a little bit of a rundown of what they're doing, man. And it's an awesome thing. I can't stress this enough that being your own boss, independent, practically entrepreneurs, like, it's rare, like you're a 5%er, that outlier and few and far between, be able to actually run a business and be successful with it and then actually get up and going is pretty fucking exciting. Not a lot of people can do that.
It's been a scary adventure because, of course, it's almost like we're kids again. Like me and my girl will talk, and it's like, both of us quit our jobs, and I was like, I feel like we're playing hooky, and the truancy officer is going to come knocking on the door.
Man, I don't know how. It would take me a good month to reestablish in my brain, because your constant instinct when you've been working for so long, you're 9 to 5 under another company, is, okay, I have work. Wait, I don't. I'm waking up in a panic thinking I need to go to work. Wait, I don't.
Yes, every day. Like, I look at her, because I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. I'm like, fuck, I got it. Cool.
You're not there.
There's no alarm.
You know what's scary about that is that your brain, as an adult, has been programmed to be scared that you're going to be late for work. And that shouldn't be a thing. Yes,
and that's what me and, well, I guess I should just, say it like it is. I mean, nothing's official. But me and my fiance, we were talking about, how we've been working for so long. And, yeah, I get it. Our generation hasn't worked nearly as hard as, say, those back in like the 40s, 50s, 60s moving on. But it's one of those things of, we're so programmed to go to work. When you don't go to work, your mind, like Lynn said, you have to reprogram yourself. It's like you break for a moment, because it's like those few days I woke up and I was just like, I'm free. I felt like Neo from the Matrix. Like a machine's going to come screw a thing in the back of my head.
Yeah.
It's not something I want to brag about, because it's a teeter-totter. We're walking the razor's edge. On one hand, we have success. On the other hand, we have absolute failure and defeat.
Right.
And it's so easy to just slip and it's over.
Right.
So it's kind of nerve-wracking, like, okay, cool, I'm putting everything on the line because I believe in this. And it's just a refreshing feeling that I want to be able to share with others. It's different. It's different. It's not one of those things where you just like, oh, I'm just lazy all day and all I do is sit around and eat Cheetos and play video games.
No,
I don't.
Yeah, you're actively pursuing a career, like a future.
Yes.
It's not like you're just, I'll message him and be like, hey, what's going on, or how's things going, and then you're just, we're doing this, this is here, that is here. A lot of people would take the latter and be like, okay, I'm off, so I'm just going to kick back, relax.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite from what I'm hearing from both of you guys, which is fucking, it's cool.
We gotta break the system, you know what I mean? And it's empowering, because I feel like I'm going to be in a position to help others follow their dreams, and that's all I've ever wanted. So y'all, if you're listening, if you're a religious believer, pray for me. Pray for our business. Also, if you have teenagers that need to learn how to drive, I'll leave all the information in the description. Moving forward. All right, Lynn, you're going to kick it off. So what's been going on with you these past 2 months? Technically 3.
Well, that little hiatus that we took, when you get a position and you're making more money and you think, what is it, more money, more problems?
Yes.
All of a sudden, you think you have extra money. Not that I'm making any extra money. Let's not get that twisted. No extra cash flow came into play. I got more work dumped onto my lap through work. and me thinking that the 2 times a week that we were meeting for the podcast that I didn't have any extra downtime. I was like, okay, so when that break came through, I was like, perfect, I have these 2 extra days. That got ate up so fucking quick. I can't think of a time where I get home and I'm just doing nothing.
Yes.
And if I am, I'm dying on the couch. I'm like knocked out. I get home, shower, eat, fall asleep at 6, wake up at 1 a.m. or 11 p.m. I'm going right back to bed, going right back to work.
The wheel.
Yeah, exactly. It's that consistency and momentum of just trying to find basic stability. Even I was talking to Dee about it. Work's been progressively overloading the small team that we have for a multi-billion-dollar company because we don't generate revenue. Some of the members unfortunately got kicked out, so now we're picking up double work for the same pay. I mean, yes, we can get overtime now, which is great, but now it's like mandatory.
It's overtime. That means you working beyond 40 hours. Yes. Most people don't want to do it.
No, and it's fucking illegal. It's like working in a fucking sawmill. I was showing Dee some of this stuff, and it's physical. It's not even like, and this is coming from someone that strength trains and grapples, but 4 to 5 days out of the week, all we're doing is just fighting. I showed Dee, like, we got gloves on, we're sparring, we're striking, we're grappling down to the ground all today for 8 hours. Not even an hour or two. It was 6 to 8 hours of just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's too much.
It was ground defense, teaching officers, and it's fun every other week, but when you're doing it 4 or 5 days in a row with like one day, and that one off day you're not even not doing it, you're standing for 8 hours teaching.
Right.
It's become, I normally would only get mentally fatigued, but even D caught, like I'm walking in with a limp. I'm physically
you're
fatigued and mentally worn out. My body's like, all right, we're fucking done. Yeah. It needs to.
Because the human body isn't built to do this mundane work, but also on top of the mundane stuff you have to do on your computer, then you have to go and physically train other people. So it's not even like, where you can kind of just like choke them and throw them off. They're going to keep coming at you. And then once you're done with that group, here comes another group. And they're coming at you. It's
the same thing.
It's
and it's
too
like,
much.
It's a cool camaraderie with these students because we're training like fucking 30 of them with only 3 or 4 of us in the class at a time. But it's the consistently of needing to feed children. You just, I need help here. Here's this, here's that. Yes. And they all want to test you because you're the one teaching. Like you're today, became the seafood. Like today and yesterday, there's one cat from T-Mobile, little kid. He's like 17, 18. You don't have to be 21 to work in security at T-Mobile because there's no casino, there's no gaming. So you can be
18. Okay.
You can be 18 and up. We're doing that drill I've showed you called, like, it's pretty much the circle of death. They call it the survival of the fittest, but we call it COD.
Absurd.
And you have to fight for 2 minutes in this fucking circle. And we tell them, we teach them the strikes: elbows, knee, edge, fist, palm, heel strike, all that stuff, punches. And the grappling didn't come until today, but this was all yesterday. You got 8 bag holders circling you, and there's one in the center. The one in the center has to close his eyes, each bag holder 1 through 8 or 11. You call them out one at a time, and you got to fight your way through these bag holders.
With your eyes closed?
No. Your eyes are closed for the minute, so you don't see where the bag holders are coming from.
Okay.
The minute you open your eyes, it's 2 minutes. You'll hear 1, and someone will buzz, and they'll come in and have to start fucking fighting. 6, then the next one will come through.
No.
I always give this analogy to the students when we're training them. I was like, if you're not professionally trained, as an adult, you got about 30 seconds of strong, solid stamina. You're an adult, you're strong, you're physical, you can kind of fight it out. Once you hit about a minute, you become a teenager. You have a little bit of strength. You're strong, but you're lazy. You don't want to do a whole lot. You're kind of whatever. Once you hit about a minute and 30, you become a child.
You're gassed.
You're so exhausted trying to just fight off. And then if you have, like, one of the biggest fight capitals of the world, you have a trained fighter that comes in accustomed to 3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
I just got to defend you for a minute and 30. And then I say, all right, I'm going to fight you now. And you're like, you're looking at them like, I've been fighting you for a minute and 30. Get down on the ground. No. Punches them right in the face, single legs them down. This is what we do with the officers, because what corporate was doing, or what the casinos are doing, is because COVID, the pandemic has pushed its limit to the point now where it no longer needs a shotgun blast of officers. They don't need quantity anymore because they come in. It's the bottom of barrel garbage people that were coming from like McDonald's
all your money.
Yeah, they're coming in there with just, they got their kids on their fucking hips. They're in wife beaters and slides trying to get a job in security. They come in. They go to the property. They don't like the strictness of a property, and they fucking quit. So we waste our time training them. The turnover rate was fucking crazy. Like for 100%. Out of a 1 out of 10 ratio, only 3 of them, we would pass all 10. They would go to the property, and only 3 would survive within a 9-day period. So they came down with the hammer, changed the program, make it more aggressive. We want quality officers, not quantity.
Yes.
So we're being told to just fucking murder these guys. So this kid's jumping in.
I mean, it sounds great.
It's overkill. You're putting a Band-Aid on something that needs surgery.
Yes.
It's the company's way of trying to be like, okay, let's fix this now because crime's gotten so bad. Officers can do this and this, blah, blah, blah. Pretty much this kid comes in trying to be a kid, jumping around, throwing kicks and knees, flying knees and stuff. We're trying to tell him, stay stationary when you're doing your strikes. Right. Bide your time. He's just throwing combos and turning over punches and kicks. And he's a minute in, but he's not breathing. We're telling him you got to breathe in between. And he's little, so every single time a bigger bag holder would come in, he would jump in the air and try to knee. Well, one of the big bag holders came in. He does the same thing 2 minutes in or like a minute 30 in, and this bag holder just poof, hits him in the fucking face and flips him.
Nice.
So he hits the ground, and you see him smack his head. And everybody sees it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to call the buzzer and just time him out.
Right.
He looks around, kind of shakes off, and just like, no. Wants to go finish it. And I'm like, all right. So he's got like 20 seconds left.
Stay down.
Well, they're supposed to fight through it, air quotes. Yeah, but he gets up. I tell him, stay planted.
Right.
Focus on your combos.
Right.
He fucking does it again. Goes up in the fucking air, gets laid out again. So I hit the buzzer.
That's the whole point, yeah.
He's standing up. We're getting ready to transition to the next person because this is like a 2-hour drill. You're running every officer through for a minute and 2 minutes, and there's like fucking 30 or 40 of them. This kid stands up and then just blacks out.
Gone.
Hits the fucking wall.
He probably had a concussion.
We haven't had that happen yet. So my partner Diego looks over like, oh shit, and I'm trying to see what's going on, and they're slinging him over on their shoulders and literally having to drag him out into the kitchen. And I'm thinking, fuck, we're going to get in trouble. You know, one of the managers happens to pop by, my boss and another person. Like, what happened? And like, well, we should fucking jumping around. He got hit, blah, blah, blah. And we're thinking, okay, we're going to have to do medical. We're going to get in trouble. My boss goes, was it part of the drill? The bigger boss comes in, was it part of the drill? We're like, yeah. They're like, all right, patch him up, send him home.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm like, this kid looked like he had died.
Yes, it's
and I'm just,
Bloodsport
they're
now,
just
dude.
like, no, just, if he dies, he dies. Just let him run. And I'm like, damn, man.
Throw him in the pit.
So to sum that up, this kid came back, and we're getting better quality officers. This kid comes back. He's a kid, mind you. He's stubborn, didn't want to listen. Comes up. We're trying to work nice with him today. I'm teaching jiu-jitsu to the class today. We're doing just basic sweeps and trips and stuff. And I'm down on the ground showing him how hooks work underneath the leg to stop your
With
target.
your feet.
Yeah, so you use your feet as hooks underneath the leg.
Flare them out.
Yes, you flare them out. So then now a subject that's trying to stack you is now stuck trying to straddle to get to you, and they can't pass. It makes it miserable for someone trying to get on top of you. So I can pull guard and flip you and start attacking you from there. So I'm showing it, and all the students are like, wow, this is great. Let's take all this information. So he comes in. He comes in and tries to grab my leg and pull it up. And I tell him, like, hey, chill. I'm trying to teach this move. No.
What?
He drops to the ground and tries to leg lock me. And I know leg locks because I've been doing this for quite a while. I don't have a lot of them. I got arm triangles and arm bars and triangle chokes, Kimuras, Americanas, all kinds of different submissions. I got 2 or 3 leg locks because leg locks are super dangerous. That's how I tore my meniscus. If you get stuck in a leg lock where someone's holding your leg and holding your foot and turning it one way,
it's pulling.
They'll tool. It's not so much the pull. It's if I lock up your leg and I pinch my knees together and I turn my body one way and turn the leg the other way, it tears the muscles.
Okay.
So you have to know how to lock it in perfectly, and you have to be, it's a very advanced move. You don't teach it to basic white belts because if you did it to kids, they'd mangle everybody.
I didn't understand.
My knee got tore up because I went against a white belt forever ago. He leg locked me. I tried. The only way to get out of that is you have to roll and get them to fucking loosen up. I tried to roll one way, he rolled the other way, and that tore my meniscus in half. So this little shit grabs me, half-ass leg lock. There's when you leg lock somebody, there's a leg lock, there's a toe hold, calf slicer, heel hook. Yes. And then there's a heel hook, and then there's an ankle lock, right? So there's multiple things on there.
Okay.
I can do, and there's a knee bar. So that's,
Joy.
I can do a calf slicer, and I can do a heel hook. I don't know the rest of them because they're too complex. So he locks my leg and starts extending it out.
No.
And I got irritated, so I got him in a heel hook, grabbed it, and with heel hooks, you can't lock your leg and turn one way. The subject that's attacking you can't finish a submission because it puts them in danger.
Yes.
So if you do it, you're only putting yourself deeper into
I'll
my
just snap your
submission.
shit.
Exactly. So I lock it in, and all the students that are kind of fucking around look at me, and they're watching what's happening, and I'm telling this kid to stop. No, because I want to show that I can beat you, blah blah blah. So I sink in the heel hook, and I look at him, and I was like, you need to tap or let go. And I feel him start to arch. He's like, he's trying to mangle me. So all I have to do, his pull is like he's trying to pull and turn.
Right.
I just do this. And I hear his heel pop. And I panic. I'm thinking, fuck, I broke his ankle. Because he let go, he let out a yelp. Everybody heard it. They thought it sounded like bubble wrap.
Right.
And everybody popped up. He gets up to go put his weight, and his leg gives out. And I'm like,
oh, shit.
So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get fired. I'm in trouble. I broke this kid's
hurts.
fucking ankle. He gets up and he starts moving around and sits down, and I go to check on him. I'm like, okay, let's go get the medical paperwork, blah, blah. And he goes, no, I'm fine. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. Like, I saw that. And he goes, no, look, see, I can stand. I was like, look, I'll let you walk around and stand 10, 15 minutes. If it's an issue, we got to do a medical because I'm guaranteeing you.
Bro, why are you such a tryhard?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that this injured you. He runs the whole class. Like, it's fine. It's no different when I tore my meniscus. Remember how I was out for... Oh, yeah. I was still actively doing things, and it wasn't until I kept...
just slower.
I was slower. I kept feeling pain. You can, surprisingly, if you tear any kind of ligaments and stuff like that, the body can still function. It's just, it's not going to be the same. You have to get surgery to fix it.
I mean, but on that had to have been like, what, adrenaline?
Yeah, and towards the end of it, you could see him limping. Everybody's keeping on him. All the students said, too. The students were saying, like, hey, if management comes, we'll vouch for you because you told him to stop, he wouldn't stop, and your leg was in danger. And I was like, yeah, so I fucking stopped him.
Right.
Well, he was limping around and like, hey, I want to apologize. I wanted to test it. You're obviously real. Can I get an ice pack? I'm like...
Come on now.
I told him, I was like, if you do this shit tomorrow, we're going to fail you. Yeah. Because this just tells me when you get to property, you're going to start fucking
immature.
You're going to start attacking guests. Yes. And it's just not okay.
Right.
But long story short, that's how these classes have been. I can only physically fight with people so often. Yes. And now it's like I'm feeling that pull and that pain of him bullshitting a leg lock.
Right.
And doing these strikes and combos. It's just...
Well, and that's the problem. And we've talked about this multiple times, and I'll keep it brief, but, yes, doing security is not necessarily the hardest job in the fucking world, but when you're doing good security...
It's from 0 to 100. You'll go from having nothing to do to way too much to do.
It's different. People, like, I've trained people, and unlike Lynn, who has this beautiful office he can go to, I had to train people on the job. So we're in the field. We're on the Vegas Strip, yada, yada, yada. Y'all already know how it goes. We're working from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., and I'm training these fucking young little tryhards who just fucking barely started growing pubic hair, and they're out here thinking they can go fucking jump on the back of a drug dealer, of a pimp or a prostitute, and it's like, bro, you will get stabbed or shot. You have no idea what the fuck you're up against.
Right.
First and foremost, you need to use your words, know what you have as far as your tactics in your back pocket.
Right.
The goal is to never use it. It's just like Kung Fu. You know it, but the goal is to never have to use it. That's the whole point. But I've talked about it in a previous episode. Had a young kid thinking he could handle himself, jumped into a group full of people. His wallet happened to get snatched, and next thing we know, there's a prostitute with his wallet, and she took the money, chucked it in the street. Passerby grabbed it and turned it in. I'm like, see, you don't know who you're fucking with, dude. You're over here jumping in the middle of shit. You didn't assess the situation. You didn't know the crowd. You didn't know your exits. You were outnumbered and overwhelmed. So if anybody decided to jump, you were done.
Right.
On top of that, you got your wallet stolen by a prostitute who you weren't even seeing. So it's like, you can't just go into that job and think you're fucking Bruce Lee. You're not Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're a fucking tadpole in a pool full of fish.
Right.
You need to learn how to navigate that shit, or someone's going to whoop your ass. And I'm going to leave it there.
It's a lot of that. It's a younger mentality. You're getting a lot of people that are coming in, and they're even with some of the older people where we're not the older people, but you're getting people that are going into a profession that they never really wanted to sign up for to begin with.
Correct.
It's to collect. Correct. It's collect a check. It's very. You're there to do as much as possible with the bare minimum effort of just, okay, I'm here, let me do my job, let me collect money and leave. And a lot of these companies now, because they're trying to rebuild from the ground up, they want the best of the best. You're not going to get that. Honestly, you're going to get that, but you're not going to get that for what you think you're paying for.
You'll get it in time.
Yeah.
You'll get it in time.
They don't want to foot the bill, man. Even with the company that we have now, it's like it's a multi-billion-dollar company. They own 80% of the fucking strip, and but I got told in a very smart way, this company is owned by investors. I wish I didn't know. I know that the Wynn and Caesars, even the Fertittas that own all the station casinos, they're all independently owned, so they can pay very well and take care of their employees. Investors move things around and I knew that because Mandalay, it's owned, but they rent it out to a company called Black Ridge. So each property is being leased through other investors. The last thing they're going to do is fucking foot the bill for security or anybody else to make more money. Which sucks, because then it's like, you put in all this energy and effort and hard work, and they're pretty much saying, well, hey, we liked what you did for us, we appreciate it, but you can fuck off now, we'll get somebody else. They're not going to be as good as you, but they'll fill the slot until we can make more money. Yeah. And that sucks.